Here's a truth that most people never realize until much later in life. Toxic people don't just show up randomly. They stay because something about your behavior tells them it's safe to stay. They sense where the openings are, in your reactions, your explanations, your constant availability, and they move right in. The worst part? You rarely notice it happening until you're emotionally exhausted and wondering why you attract the same draining personalities over and over again. But the real secret is this. You don't need to fight toxic people, confront them, or even explain anything to them. You just need to shift how you respond once, and the dynamic begins to collapse on its own. When you make this one change, and I'll show you exactly how, people who used to drain your energy will suddenly lose interest. The ones who genuinely respect you will naturally start treating you better, and the rest? They'll quietly disappear, confused about why their usual tricks don't work anymore. So if you're tired of being walked over, tired of being manipulated, and ready to finally reclaim your energy, pay attention. Because what you'll learn today doesn't just change how others treat you, it changes how you see yourself. Let's start with the simplest but most powerful shift. Stop reacting to everything people say. Most people think that reacting instantly is a sign of strength, as if defending yourself right away shows confidence. In reality, quick emotional reactions are one of the biggest signals of weakness. Toxic people don't feed on your words. They feed on your reactions. They're not looking for truth or fairness. They're looking for proof that they can control your emotions. The moment your face changes, your voice shakes, or you rush to explain yourself, they've already won. Because now they know exactly how to trigger you. The power move here is not silence out of fear, but silence out of control. When someone says something designed to provoke you, pause. Let 3 seconds of quiet hang in the air. During that silence, breathe. Feel your heartbeat slow down. Then respond calmly, not with sarcasm or defensiveness, but with neutrality. Say something like, "All right, that's interesting," or even nothing at all. Keep your tone flat, your posture open, your eyes steady. You'll notice something fascinating happen. They get uncomfortable. They might repeat themselves or try harder to get a reaction, but eventually they'll stop. You've just shown them that their words don't control your emotions. And when you no longer give away that power, toxic people lose interest because you're no longer their source of emotional fuel. Over-explaining is one of the most common forms of self-sabotage. When you constantly explain your choices, you're not clarifying. You're unconsciously asking for permission. Every time you defend a decision, you're signaling uncertainty, even when you don't mean to. Strong people make choices and let those choices stand. They don't rush to justify themselves to anyone who questions them. Think about it. When someone truly confident tells you, "That's what I decided," you believe them. There's no need for a speech or a backstory. That short sentence carries authority. Next time someone asks why you did something, answer simply, "Because that's what I chose." Then stop talking. The silence after that statement does all the heavy lifting. If they push again, repeat it. "That's what I chose." No anger, no irritation, just certainty. What you're doing here is training your brain to stop seeking approval and training others to stop expecting explanations. You'll start to notice that the people who truly respect you won't push for justification. They'll nod and move on. The ones who demand long explanations are the ones who want control. When you no longer give them that, you'll see who's who very quickly. Every relationship, friends, partners, family, co-workers, operates on an invisible system of consequences. The reason toxic people repeat their behavior is simple. There aren't any. You keep showing up the same way no matter how they treat you. That teaches them they can disrespect you without losing anything. So if you want people to change how they treat you, you need to quietly introduce consequences. You don't need to yell, argue, or announce your boundaries like a manifesto. You just change your behavior. When someone is rude, you don't give them your time as easily. When they ignore your boundaries, you become less available. When they take you for granted, you step back. This doesn't mean ghosting or playing games. It means letting your distance speak louder than your words. Toxic people rely on your emotional reactions. They can't process calm, consistent consequences. The key is subtlety. respond slower, offer less energy, make your presence something that must be earned. Over time, they'll notice that when they act disrespectfully, your attention and availability decrease. Eventually, they'll realize being kind and respectful is the only way to stay connected with you. This is how you reprogram people without a single argument, through quiet, consistent boundaries backed by action. Here's a truth that separates the confident from the controlled. If you need everyone to like you, you'll always be easy to manipulate. Toxic people can sense when you fear rejection. They'll use your desire to be liked as leverage, guilt-tripping you, making you overcompensate, or keeping you silent to avoid conflict. But real power begins when you stop chasing approval. When you finally accept that some people won't like you, and that it's perfectly fine, you become unshakable. Think about it. Every time you said yes when you wanted to say no, every time you smiled through discomfort just to seem nice, you were trading respect for temporary approval. But approval is fleeting, and the people who require you to shrink to earn it will never truly respect you anyway. The next time someone doesn't like you, resist the instinct to fix it. Don't over-apologize, don't try to prove your value, and don't perform kindness just to win them over. Simply let them not like you. Observe the discomfort, then move on. Because once you stop fearing disapproval, nobody can emotionally control you again. The irony is, the moment you stop needing to be liked, you actually become more respected. People can sense authenticity and strength far more than fake agreeableness. Before we move on to the next part, where you'll learn how to find strength in being alone and unshakably at peace, make sure your Instagram community for early access to more videos like this. If this is helping you, share it and tap the thanks button below to support. Now let's continue. The ultimate level of strength isn't about independence as rebellion. It's about peace. When you can genuinely enjoy your own company, no one can manipulate you through loneliness. Toxic people thrive on dependency. They need you to need them so they can feel powerful. The moment you show that you're content alone, their hold on you collapses. The practical steps are simple but powerful. Stop initiating every conversation, stop chasing attention, and stop trying to keep every connection alive. Let relationships breathe. See who naturally reaches out, who values you enough to meet you halfway, and who disappears when you stop doing all the work. That silence is information. Fill your time with things that bring you joy, hobbies, growth, stillness, self-improvement. Build a life so full that you no longer crave validation from anyone else. The people who only stayed for your attention will vanish. The ones who truly care will stay. You'll realize that peace isn't loneliness, it's power. And when others see that you're not desperate for their approval or presence, their entire attitude toward you changes. You become the one whose energy feels grounded, centered, and rare. That's when you stop chasing and start attracting. Start with just one of these shifts. Don't try to master all at once. Maybe this week practice not reacting. Next week stop over-explaining. Each time you make one small adjustment, the world around you recalibrates. Some people will treat you better. Some will slowly disappear. And that's exactly how it should be. This process isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about becoming clear. You're not punishing anyone. You're simply removing the reward for mistreatment. Over time, you'll notice that the only people left in your life are those who respect your boundaries, value your energy, and match your effort. That's not luck. That's alignment. So do this once, truly, just once, and watch how toxic people start to disappear. And when that happens, you'll know it's not them changing. It's you finally choosing yourself.